Welcome to Power Up Memphis. I'm your host, Gale Jones Carson, the Vice President of Community and External Affairs for Memphis Light Gas and Water. The aim of Power Up Memphis is to take you, our customers, on an inside tour of MLGW to share our programs and operations with you. And by doing so, we can all better understand how we function as your utility provider. Since the beginning of last year, Memphis, Shelby County, and our nation, countries around the world, we have been hit by a horrific coronavirus. We have been in a pandemic unknown to any of us during our lifetime. It has been and it has also had a devastating financial impact on the world. So today, on our show today, I have two guests, Rory Thomas, who's the Executive Director for the Tennessee Small Business Development Center, and I have William Richardson, who's the Associate Director of the Tennessee Small Business Development Center. And we are going to be discussing how Shelby County is working with individuals and small businesses on COVID relief, particularly how to access funds and what's needed in order to do so. My guests today are Rory Thomas, who's the Executive Director for the Tennessee Small Business Development Center, and also William Richardson, who is the Associate Director for the Tennessee Small Business Development Center. So we're going to be discussing how Shelby County is working with individuals and small businesses on COVID relief, and particularly how to access the funds and what's needed in order to do so. So we will start with you, Rory. Could you tell us about your program?
Sure. Well, the U.S. Small Business Administration has small business development centers set up across the country. So there's over 900 centers, including 14 in the state of Tennessee. And what SBA does, they partner with your local colleges and universities to host these programs.
Oh, wow.
So to cover Shelby County, we're hosted at Southwest Tennessee Community College under the leadership of Dr. Tracy Hall, our president. And the program, as I said, set up across the country, and we first help entrepreneurs realize dream business ownership and then use tools and resources that SBA gives us to help companies remain competitive and grow. And given this pandemic, there's been a lot of services and needs for small businesses. So typically our services are free through SBA. So we typically work with maybe 300 to 400 companies a year providing one-on-one counseling. And during this pandemic, from March through the end of December for 2020, we've had over 1,100 businesses we've assisted as it relates to economic injury disaster loan program that we'll talk about, paycheck protection program, different local grant programs that Edge had in the city of Memphis, their stabilization grant, and so forth. So, small business development centers, that's kind of what we're here for right now, to assist a lot of businesses looking for relief funds.
That is wonderful. So you normally work with about 300 or 400, but due to the pandemic, that has increased to 1,100?
Yes. So
how are you all able to handle that volume?
Right. Well, a great thing has been just additional resources by a lot of local partners providing support. Edge, City of Memphis, Regions Bank, Bancorp South, a lot of partners, FedEx, but also the CARES Act also involved funding for SBDC centers because we knew there was going to be a lot of businesses coming for assistance. So we were able to add 4 new staff members as well.
Wow. So did you all receive COVID dollars to assist you all as you work with all these businesses and individuals?
Yes. So we got CARES Act funding to provide and additional staff, but also we've partnered with a lot of area businesses and subject matter experts. So, for example, with PPP, it's very important that, businesses have their paperwork together and taxes and so forth. So we partner with local CPAs, attorneys, IT experts, e-commerce experts to help these businesses in these different subject matters where they need to to have their paperwork together or try to, for example, if you're not online right now during this pandemic, it's very important for them to have an online presence. So we've worked with e-commerce specialists and social media specialists as well to help these companies get online. So those are some of the, from the CARES Act, we were able to use these funds to help in those areas.
Okay, so Mr. Richardson, can you just walk us through a business or an individual walking through your door from A to Z? What happens?
Sure. First of all, now that we are not actually in the office because of the pandemic, we are all virtually at home or in other locations just doing virtually. We ask them to actually sign in or become a client. Of course, we are sponsored by the Small Business Administration, which is a federal agency. And of course, we have to get the paperwork done. So we have to have them sign in and ask to become a client. Once they actually do the sign in, which is online, there's no problem. There's probably maybe 4 or 5 different questions that they ask them. Then they are contacted by one of our team members who will talk to them and find out just what are their needs. And once we find out what the needs are, we may have one member of the team who has a little bit more expertise in that particular area than another member. And so we do teamwork to find out who will be the best counselor for that particular client. And then once we do that, then we set out a plan that we start working with the client. ABC, this is what we need to do. These are the steps we're going to do it, and this is how we're going to help you. So that everybody has a game plan. So most of the time, our clients are there to actually do some type of a business plan or try to achieve some type of funding for their particular business. So we take them through the actual ABCs of doing that so that they'll be ready to go in front of a lender.
Oh, so you help them with a business plan and their finances, and once you all think they're ready, then you send them to a lending institution, a bank?
Yes, we have worked with a lot of financial institutions in the area, banks, and different other organizations. So we know pretty much based on the business plan and how much funding they're going to need and their actual assets and their credit worthiness, we sort of know which way to lead them and which lender to go to in order to try to get a loan or a business loan for them.
What's your success rate?
I would say our success rate is probably around between 85 and 95%. That's because we do not send them to a lender unless we know they're pretty much ready and they are going to be successful.
Wow, that's amazing. That's wonderful. So, Rory, tell me, how is it? Okay, so you generally deal with businesses, small businesses. So how are individuals being able to be served?
Well, yeah, so to come see us, you don't have to be in business already. So we have a lot of clients, especially at the beginning of the year, who are seeking to start up or just have a business idea and just want to get it flushed out. So individuals can come to us, and maybe if they're even not ready to start a business, they can attend a lot of our training that we have for free. So we have just startup workshops, business planning workshops, funding workshops, trying to determine how to buy and sell online and so forth. So individuals, even if they're not in business right now, can still get assistance from us as well.
Okay, so people cannot come in physically. They have to do everything online or on the phone with you all?
Yes. So basically right now during the pandemic, it's all virtual for all our SBDCs around, definitely in the state. So people can register online with us, and we can provide counseling via phone, email, and also Zoom, Teams, other online video conferencing right now. So, and I think that's, most people prefer that as well too, given the times as well. So, and that website is just TSBDC TSBDC.org, stand for Tennessee Small Business Development Center. And you just go there to register for free advising and click Shelby County. And you will be registered, and then a business counsel will give you a call or send you an email to set up an appointment within 3 business days.
Okay, so generally, even before the pandemic, small businesses that supposedly that don't make it past 3 years, they just go out of business. For whatever reasons, they just don't make it. So it's 3 years still the marking time for people to make it or not make it.
Yeah, well, it's different stats out there. I think some of the latest SBA stats had, I think, between 0 to 5 years, 50% or so may be out. But of course, it just depends on different markets and areas that you're in as well. But we kind of say that the biggest thing, it's like the 5 Ps: proper planning prevents poor performance. So you want to go in and connect with us, any organization around that's helping small businesses to kind of put that plan in place to increase the likelihood of success. Because a lot of times, even right now during the pandemic, some of these relief funds that we're talking about, Paycheck Protection Program, economic disaster loan, some businesses didn't plan properly, get their bookkeeping together and so forth. So you kind of want to have, as Mr. Richardson mentioned, that A through Z, that business plan, those steps, getting referred to the right connections and so forth. So that increases your likelihood of being sustainable and going past that 5-year period.
But do you have an idea of how many small businesses that have gone out of business due to the coronavirus?
Don't have just stats.
Well, COVID, I should say, due to COVID. Mm-hmm.
Nothing specific that I've seen for Shelby County. I think there's some different stats out there that definitely more minority businesses have gone out of business compared to Caucasian majority businesses during this time. But I don't have any specific numbers for Shelby County, but definitely it has been disproportionate towards minority businesses.
Okay, so is your plan different for them who have had the greater challenges?
Yeah, so especially given this recent round of the second stimulus package, things are more so addressing this disproportionate numbers with minority businesses. So, for example, when Paycheck Protection Program opened up, the second round, it was geared towards more smaller minority women-owned businesses that you could go to your credit unions, your minority financial institutions to be the first set of individuals to apply for those loans. And then also now the targeted economic injury disaster loan advance, which is up to $10,000 grant right now. That's going towards those companies that are located in low-income communities, and SBA, if they apply for an EIDL loan previously, they're going to be reaching out to those companies that are in these low-income communities. So to be able to help some of these businesses in these areas. Okay,
so we only have a couple of minutes left. I'm listening.
I was also going to add to that, Gale, is that we also been using our independent consultants that we have gotten funding through the CARES Act. We have been using our certified public accountants to actually go into these and talk to these small businesses who were left out of the first round of the PPP because they did not have their financials. They did not have good bookkeeping systems. So we're using our consultants to go and talk to them and help them develop their good systems or bookkeeping so they will be ready for the next round of the PPP.
Okay. Well, that's great. So we've got to wrap up. So could you give us some last minute tips on businesses and individuals to work with you all better so they can pivot more in this pandemic, so they can hopefully become successful and make it through this time? What are some tips that you have right quick?
Well, just quick tips, I would say apply, apply, apply. So as you see different grant programs that's available, feel free to contact us and find about eligibility, but applying for where funds are, like Verizon, if anyone watched the Super Bowl, they have $10,000 grants, and those are geared towards, businesses located in low-income communities as well. But making sure that you, get connected with our SBDC as well to find out what programs are available. And even for those who are looking to start up a business now, Southwest, they have now an entrepreneurship degree program and certificate program right now to get that foundation for you right now. So that's a great opportunity through Southwest Tennessee Community College. Mr. Richardson?
Would just like to add that although we do work, majority of our clients are startups. We also work with developed entrepreneurs and companies who are in the later stages. Those have gone like 3 and 4 or 5 years. When we first get them started, we do not just leave them. We will still work with them. Even at their maturing stage, we still work with them to make sure that they will be successful.
Well, this program that you all have and your passion for helping small businesses and individuals to become business owners is awesome. And I'm thankful for what all you all are providing for our community. And I'm thankful to Southwest for having you all work with them on this. So thank you, Mr. Thomas, and thank you, Mr. Richardson, for coming on Power Up Memphis today. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Share the Pennies needs your change to make a change. You can help ease the burden of a neighbor in need of home weatherization repairs. Your small change is all it takes to make a big difference. You may choose to opt out anytime, but for less than $12 a year, why would you?
I'm in.
I'm in.
We're in!
For more info, visit our website or call 544-6549. All you have to do is care.
Welcome to Power Up Memphis. My guest now is Jim West, who is the Vice President of Customer Care at Memphis Light Gas and Water. Thank you so much, Jim, for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Gail. Pleasure to be here.
Okay, so Jim, we have had, a major time this last year with the pandemic. Our customers have been hit in a very hard way financially, many of them. So can we just talk about some of the things that Memphis Light Gas and Water has done to try to make bill payments and different programs available to them so life will be a little bit more comfortable for our customers?
Oh, absolutely. We take very seriously our value of compassionate service for our customers and do everything we can to try to ease that challenge that customers might be facing in trying to pay their utility bill. And, one of the things we've experienced this past year, Memphis has a poverty issue. We all know that. But there have been people this past year with coronavirus who have found themselves in a situation they never knew before. Exactly. And don't even know where to turn for help. So we encourage them, reach out to us. And if we're not able to do something, there are lots of agencies and partners we work with. Let me just touch on some of the main ones that people might know about. And if we want to do a deeper dive, we can. We have always offered customers a deferred billing plan where if you're behind on your bill, if you can pay 25% of the amount that's owed, we're able to set up a longer term payment plan for customers to pay back that past due balance over time. With COVID-19 hitting us so hard, we increased the length of time that customers can take to pay back a past due balance. So we are able to set a customer up, any customer who's behind on a bill, set them up on 12 months, a full year to repay any past due balance. And if a customer has been affected by COVID-19 with loss of income or illness in the household, we're able to reduce that 25% down payment to 15%. And that's consistent with the hardship provisions we have in our standard customer care policy.
That's amazing. That's wonderful.
Yeah, we've assisted over 15,000 customers in the past few months with that 12-month repayment plan on a deferred bill. So that's really been a relief to some customers. Many utilities, one of the things I take pride in for MLGW, many utilities across the country will ask for the entire past due balance to be paid to avoid disconnection or to be reconnected. So the fact that we're able to accept just a portion of what's owed and set up the balance on a payment plan has really been a help to customers.
Well, Jim, I do know that some of our plans possibly may have reverted back to pre-COVID. However, with the new surges that we had the last few months, so we have decided to continue on with making payment arrangements for our customers that hopefully is very, very beneficial to them. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. So we're watching it month to month. You know, when we announced these expanded payment options like the 12 months to repay, we didn't know how long to expect the need to exist. But right now, those expanded options are available through the end of February. And we keep an eye on it day to day. We're in touch with the health department and the regional task force. And so as a need, it still remains. We'll extend that on a month-to-month basis as we need to.
Well, also, Jim, I know that there was some concern from some small businesses about their utility bills. How are we working with small businesses?
So we have a dedicated small business call center. So many utilities, you just call the standard number, but we have a specific business customer call center. And we encourage business customers to give us a call if they're in need. We offer the same options as we do for residential customers. So 12 months to repay, 25% or a reduced down payment if you demonstrate a hardship. And, you know, the county health department's directives have identified specific types of businesses whose ability to do business is restricted in these times. And so restaurants, bars, you know, some of the other event forums have been affected, and we know that they are struggling, and so we're here to help them out. We also have reduced the amount of time that we need to hold a deposit for customers. Standard is 24 months, and we've reduced that to 18 months. So for some businesses whose deposits on the front end are typically larger, they're able to take advantage sooner of being able to direct the deposit toward a bill payment if that helps them out.
That's really amazing, particularly since their deposits are much higher than
they can be thousands of dollars. Yeah,
and those dollars can be put to really good use now, since many of them are having these challenging times. So do we have many small businesses who are taking advantage of our payment plans that are?
You know, actually, we've been surprised, and I guess we should be pleased that the plans that we're offering seem to be working for small business customers. We serve almost 50,000 business customers, and we've only had about 300 who have reached out to us in need of assistance. And we watch that day to day. The call volume, the number of calls coming in from business customers is not much different than it was a year ago before we had ever heard the word coronavirus. So I take that hopefully as a good sign that businesses are managing to survive. And there have been relief efforts targeted at some of the employees of those businesses, like the county's assistance for hospitality workers, for example. So while it's not directly affecting the business owner with assistance, it helps them with being able to keep their employees in a better situation as well.
So I know that we have worked very closely with the county and MIFA and the city administration and council on funding. How are we working the funding, the COVID dollars with our customers, Jim?
So we've worked very closely with a number of partners. You just mentioned several, CSA, county community services, housing and community development at the city. But what we're working hard to do is identify what we might think of as those at-risk households. So people who are behind on a bill and either disconnected for non-payment or have a pending disconnect, so that we can help those agencies with the dollars to assist direct those dollars to to the customers most in need. And that's taken a lot of coordination on a lot of parties' parts across the whole community. And I'm just thankful that the cooperation has been there to make that work.
So, Jim, Memphis has rated for many years in the top 3 as a city of giving, of helping others. So one of the programs that we have is called Gift of Comfort. And this is where any individual can pay a customer's bill for them, their utility bill. All they need is the street number and the customer's name, and they can pay the bill, and they can be anonymous if they like. So we just rolled that out in a way that makes it even easier for our customers to help others in need. Could you talk to us some about that program, Gifts of Comfort, and the ease that that our IT department has made for our customers?
Yes, ma'am. I'm really excited about this. So, viewers may know our Gift of Comfort has existed for a long time, and it was a paper process. So there was a paper form that someone who wanted to help a neighbor, for example, with utility bill payment assistance, fill out the name and address of the customer you want to help, bring that to a community office when they were open, or drop it in a drop box today, or mail it to us with a check. And then we will process that payment and apply it to the customer's account that someone wants to help. This week, I'm excited to say that we rolled out a new online option. So Gift of Comfort, anyone who desires to assist a neighbor, assist somebody in the community with payment on their utility bill can now do that online. You need only to know the first initial and the last name and the house number on the account. You go to our automated form either on the website at mlgw.com/gift of comfort, or you can do it through the My Account app if you have the app on a mobile device. And that system now uses our third-party payment processor. So the payment posts in effect in real time. So customers who might pay online through My Account today know that if they make a payment online, that payment will post the same day to their account. So that speeds up the process of getting dollars directly assisting customers tremendously. In the old days, we'd have to wait for the check to reach us and then apply that to the account. This is just a breakthrough. I'm just so excited about this. And thanks to you and your team for promoting it this week.
Well, thank you so much, Jim, for being very open-minded and trying to always take our customer service to the next level for our customers, making payment plans easier for our customers, making them available for our customers, and just trying to make it work for our customers, particularly during these horrible times financially. So is there anything that you would like to close with for our customers? Any tips or information that would be helpful to them?
I do want to recommend that anybody in need, call us at 544-6549. We have lots of avenues for assistance internally at MLGW, and we're well connected in the community. And don't be afraid, don't be embarrassed. Customers who find themselves behind on their bill or sometimes reluctant to call, that's why we're here. We're here to serve you and to help you out. So please reach out to us at 544-6549.
So, Jim, I want to thank you for being here with us today and sharing all this valuable information. And one of the things I would like to say before I close is that I've always been very proud of all the various payment plans and programs that we have for our customers. We have a great deal more programs and payment plans for our customers than any utility in this country, and I take great pride in that. So we are a compassionate company, and we do go above and beyond to try to help our customers. I always just ask customers, please call us before you're disconnected, and we will work with you. So thank you, Jim. Thank you so much for being on.